What's up, Star Wars fans? Today I want to talk about Episode 6 of the Ahsoka series. That's right, I asked you, the community, what you thought of Episode 6, and as always, you came through with some fantastic predictions. So let's head on over to the community tab where we have Wars the Marvel 8608. They state, I hope Dave will surprise us with the Ezra Bean situation like he did with Kanan and Hera in Rebels Season 4. And you know, I don't think that's going to happen, but Dave Filoni in the past has been very connected to his fans and has certainly tried to give them what they want. So like I said on my recent video on an Ezra and Sabine romance, keep that hope alive and keep demanding Ezra Bean, because you never know, Dave Filoni just might give it to us. But that said, let's move on back to the community tab where we had JetBlast190. He commented, I think the focus of this episode will shift back to Sabine, Morgan, Baylan, and Shin since they have a head start on Ahsoka. I would expect a time jump forward to them arriving in Peridea. I think the episode will largely focus on the final steps of Morgan and company locating Thrawn, who will make his first appearance, but Ezra will be teased at the end of the episode, much like Anakin was teased at the end of Episode 4. And that all makes a lot of sense to me, JetBlast190, getting back to that story thread and then seeing Ezra, or at least the tease of Ezra, at the end of the episode. Well, that'll really ramp things up for those last two episodes, where there no doubt is going to be a ton of action. But let's head back on over to the community tab where CD5 Sir Coop has an interesting thought. They state, how is either faction going to navigate this new galaxy with no navigation charts? I'm assuming hyperspace works the same way, so yeah, since the Purgle travel between them, that much can be inferred, so the normal rules for technological hyperspace should still apply. And this is a really great point. Perhaps Dave Filoni is going to take some inspiration from Timothy Zahn's novels. In the Thrawn trilogy of Star Wars books, Timothy Zahn details how young Force users are used to navigate the hyperspace lanes. Or should I say hyperspace, because in their region of space, there are no hyperspace lanes, everything's way too chaotic. And therefore, Baylan or Shin could navigate this chaotic region of space, and Ahsoka could certainly do the same for her ship. There's also the chance that Morgan Elsbeth has some sort of map of Peridea. If she was able to find a space map to help get them to Peridea, then there is a chance that she already has a map that is also going to help them navigate Peridea itself. But heading back over to the community tab, we got Claire J. Art. She states, it would be cool if Ahsoka found Ezra because Ezra found Ahsoka in the World Between Worlds and pulled her out of that fight with Vader. I agree though, it's probably going to focus more on the Thrawn crew. And yeah, I think the main focus here is going to be on Sabine and the villains, but like JetBlast190 suggested, hopefully we at least get a tease of Ezra at the end of this episode. Another interesting thought comes from MKB4560. They state, Hera will go talk to the Republic and tell them where Ahsoka went. And yeah, let's not forget about Jacen Syndulla and Hera. They've been a big part of this series so far. Personally, I don't think it's going to go that well for Hera. I'd say she's going to lose her command as a general, and that way when Thrawn initially comes back to the known galaxy, it's really going to be up to our band of heroes to track him down and defeat him once and for all. Of course, I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. We're just talking about episode 6, but if Hera and Jacen are going to be in this episode, then that's what I think their story is going to set up. Well, hey Star Wars fans, that's all the time I have for my predictions today. Unfortunately, Hurricane Lee is making landfall in my home province in Canada, and the power's already flickered once or twice. That said, thanks to everybody who left a comment on the community tab, and as always, I'm Mike, and remember, the Force will be with you, always.